Well, good afternoon and welcome to everyone joining us, most of you online, on this very special day for the IAS family. And for our friends joining us, I'm Robert Dijkgraaf. I'm the Director and Leon Levy Professor here at the Institute for Advanced Study. And on behalf of myself and everyone in our community, I'm absolutely thrilled to recognize Avi Wigderson, the Herbert H. Maas Professor in the School of Mathematics, who has received today the 2021 Abel Prize. He shares this prize jointly with his collaborator and friend and a former IAS visiting professor, Laszlo Robotsky from Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, Hungary. And the citations for this joint Abel Prize read for their foundational contributions to theoretical computer science and discrete mathematics, and their leading role in shaping them into central fields of modern mathematics. Now, the Abel Prize is given for outstanding scientific work in the field of mathematics and it's awarded annually by the Norwegian Academy of Sciences and Letters in commemoration of the 19th century Norwegian mathematician Niels Henrik Abel. And we had recently some wonderful IAS winners of this prize: Pierre Deligne, Robert Langland, Karen Uhlenbeck. And I've told if we get 5, we get an extra one for free. Avi is the first winner whose field of study in mathematics is theoretical computer science, which I think is an important signal. For a long time, it looked like the strategy of the Institute had been to maximize its impact on computer science on a per capita basis. So it looked like a smart move to just have John von Neumann build the IAS machine, sending blueprints, I must say, for free and with some regret all over the world, so that all our machines now use the von Neumann architecture. But after several decades, I think the Institute realized we could do much better and also recruit Avi. Avi and his many students and collaborators have shown how some of the deepest and most beautiful ideas of mathematics lie within the field of computation. For some, that might seem paradoxical, because some people think that intellectual depth and practical application add up to 100%. How could such a useful machine as the computer at the same time be a source of profound mathematical progress? I like to call this the curse of usefulness, under which some computer scientists have to work, and as the home of useless knowledge, we should particularly be aware of that phenomenon. Avi has also been a very powerful and convincing advocate for computation and algorithmic thinking as a lens on all the sciences, on all fields of knowledge, from economics to biology, from neuroscience to black holes. It's definitely a viewpoint that John von Neumann would have shared. With the advent of artificial intelligence, deep learning, and quantum computing, this vision only becomes clearer. And I hope IAS can play and keep on playing an important role. Now let me also say a few words about Avi, the man. Born and educated in Israel, Avi attributes his love of math to his father, who introduced him to riddles and puzzles at a young age, and who shared with young Avi a love of talking to people, socializing and helping people. And it's so unfortunate that we're not here with a big crowd, but they are online with you, Avi. After his undergrad studies, Avi came to the US to receive his PhD in 1983 here in Princeton. In 1995, he came to the Institute as a member, and he returned each year until he joined as faculty in 1999. That was also the year in which the Institute's Theoretical Computer Science and Discrete Mathematics program was established under Avi's leadership. Awarded the prestigious Knuth Prize in 2019, Avi has been commended for his contributions as an educator and mentor, having trained generations of theoretical computer scientists. And for those lucky enough to have Avi as your mentor, you know how deeply he cares about who you are as a person and encourage you to do things you really like, to follow your passions. And he will want to talk to you about everything you discover while you're on that path. Avi's other awards include the Gödel Prize, the Levi-Conan Prize from the American Mathematical Society, the Nevelina Prize in 1994, the Yoram Ben-Porat Presidential Prize for Outstanding Research, and the Berkman Fellowship. We are, of course, so fortunate to have Avi here at the Institute. We are grateful for how much he has enriched the Institute community. with himself, but also with his children, his grandchildren, of course, our great colleague Edna, who's here with us. I believe, Avi, you and I share the view that work and family should not be artificially separated, but should be entangled and can reinforce each other. Avi, we are very much aware how deeply meaningful those past years have been to you and us. And I speak for everyone here and online and in our community when I say we are incredibly proud to congratulate you on this tremendous and well-deserved honor. And to celebrate this, I propose we raise our glasses to our wonderful colleague and very dear friend, Avi. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to all of you. We'll have some other short remarks from Peter Sarner and Camilla de Lillis from the School of Mathematics, and from Alex Robotsky, who is joining us all the way from Israel, and who's a member of the Abel committee. But at this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Her Excellency Mrs. Anniken Krutnes, Norway's ambassador to the United States, who is joining us today online to also offer a word of congratulations. Please join me in welcoming Ambassador Krutnes.
Thank you very much, Robert Dijkgraaf. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. And of course, a special pleasure to be able to congratulate Abel Wigderson on this prize. It's very good, actually, sometimes to have a little pause from all the crazy politics and celebrate just your knowledge and innovation. And I think we need science more than ever in our world. I'm rather new here to the US, and I had got an introduction to the Super Bowl not long ago. It's the biggest sporting event of the year, as you would know, but living in the US, it's a surprise to me. There's such a big hype. And I wish that sometimes the Abel Prize or other scientific prizes could get the same attention because they really deserve it. We are celebrating tonight Abel Wigderson and Laszlo Lovász for their advances in complexity theory. And as they already spelled out, their contributions to theoretical design and discrete. And I understand that in a moment, the Wigderson will tell you a bit more about what that means. I would just like to say a few words about the prize itself. So it was established in 2000. It is awarded by Norwegian Academy of Science and Letters and funded by the Norwegian government. It's about 7.5 million kroner, which would be close to $900,000 US. We are very happy to fund this prize. As I said, in an area which often confronts us with misinformation, it is more important than ever to reward academic excellence and the intellectual curiosity, the search for knowledge. I like that one of the stated goals of this prize is to stimulate children and youth to become interested in mathematics. And I heard the introduction, how he was introduced to math by his father. I've always encouraged my children to enjoy mathematics and science. There's this myth that math is difficult. Let's tell them it is not. And I was so very pleased the day my daughter came home and said, "Mom, you know, the patterns in math, they are so beautiful." And that was, of course, thanks to an inspiring teacher. And we need those. And that is one of the ideas of this prize, to stimulate children and youth to become interested. That the Abel Prize and the attention that it brings to today's winners will help inspire the next generation to make their own marks in this field. And by all accounts, Dr. Wigderson has mentored a lot of young complexity theorists. And thank you for that. And that is what we need even more of. People with expertise who are willing to put in the time and effort to pass it along to future generations. So, Dr. Wigderson, Norway is very, very pleased to honor you today. My regret is that we are unable to do this in person, but next year I hope things will be closer to normal, and whether we're in person or not, my sincerest congratulations on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your wonderful words, and I hope that you will actually visit us soon when that's possible. It's now a great pleasure to ask Peter Sarner, dear colleague of AVI, to say a few words.
There's a story about connected with André Weil and Nicolas Robotsky that this group of French mathematicians were writing the foundations of mathematics, and at some point they heard of a competitor in the United States by the name of Serge Lang, who was also writing a lot of foundational books. And at some point they found out that Serge Lang was just one person. Well, Nicolas would lose this whole group, and they gave up. I wonder how many institutes there are around the world that have looked at our institute and seen this great combination of mathematics and computer science, that interplay that exists, and tried to set up a similar thing. And when they found out that Abel Wigderson was one person, they had to give up. It is quite remarkable that Abel Wigderson has run an amazing program here. There are 6 faculty members at this point, 5 in pure math, let's say, and Abel Wigderson in theoretical computer science and math. The activity he creates is comparable to the 5 of us, if not more. But as he would tell you immediately, this is not possible without great help and partnership that he's had over the years, most recently Tony and Pitasi, but over the years many people who have come and shared the leadership role with him. Avi is a very infectious kind of person. Often he will tell you what he's doing, and you sort of want to give up what you're doing, because it's clear that he's tackling all the greatest problems in science, and that everything in complexity theory, everything in science reduces to problems in complexity theory, and here I am sitting playing with a little lemma. The remarkable thing about Avi is he attracts many, many people, but he also attracts science and mathematics. He embraces the mathematics in its use, and as a consequence, he, through his work both in theoretical computer science and mathematics, has enriched both fields dramatically. You can read his book on theory of computation, just read the introduction, you'll see his philosophy. The impact on both sides is fantastic. At first, I used to think, oh, we'll tell him how to do this, how to do that, but by now, the techniques that they have from computer science are impacting group theory, number theory, representation theory. And Lassie Lovas is a similar person, coming from slightly different, coming from pure math to the theory of computation. And this year's winners, or the combination of the two of them, is just a wonderful recognition of their efforts and of their achievements. And we're very proud to be part of Close One. Congratulations.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much for these wonderful words. And then Camilo is also the executive officer of the School of Mathematics. Come in.
Thank you. Let me, on behalf of the whole School of Mathematics, let me express how proud we are that Avi is with us. How much we feel lucky actually that he is with us. I'm sure it will be said plenty of times. But I want to be the first to say it on this occasion, that not only he is a great scientist, not only he has had a great impact in mathematics and computer science, but that he's just a wonderful person to have around. And I think like the closer you are to him, the more you feel lucky actually to have him close to you. So that's of course because of his greatness as a scientist, but also because he's just a great human being. So first of all, his energy and passion, and that he puts in pretty much everything that he does, not least actually the discussions with his colleagues on pretty much every topic which concerns the life of the School of Mathematics and of the Institute. But secondly, because he actually cares so much about the younger scientists who are here. I'm sure that actually if you ask him, he would tell you that this place does not even do well enough in that term. But certainly we would do actually much worse if he was not with us. I mean, he's a foremost expert in discrete mathematics, and computer science is still remarkable for me how he actually manages an uncountable number of times to recall us that we should care about our younger members, not only as scientists, but also as human beings. For instance, by actually checking out how well you're doing in these terrible times that we're living. So please join me in cheering him for this wonderful occasion and for this wonderful prize that he has received.
Bravo, Camilo. Wonderful. I think now we are joined online. A few words by Professor Alex Robotsky, who is actually currently a member at the Institute, but virtually, and was also part of the Abel Prize Committee. Alex, hope you're there. Welcome to Simone Hall.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry that I'm doing it from Israel. In the first semester, I was in Princeton, and in fact, I was serving on the Abel committee while being in Princeton, and part of my main problem was how to make it unknown to other people at the institute. Anyway, I'm maybe not supposed to reveal all the discussions of the committee, but I must say that the committee discussed in depth various areas of mathematics and naturally also various people. And a clear picture came up about theoretical computer science in general and about Avi in particular. In the last, I guess, 4 decades, the theoretical computer science is functioning like a huge orchestra, and the conductor is Avi Wigderson. He's really involved in everything. He's kind of is serving as a bridge between sub areas and subgroups of the community. And by doing this, he really led the community to amazing discoveries and many conceptual breakthrough which happens in the last 40 years, which sometimes he started, sometimes he was really the one to understand very quickly the importance of them and push them forward. In this respect, I must also mention his quality as a person, which was mentioned before. Avi loves people, and he loves to work with people, and because of that, he induces on the community an atmosphere of a cooperation rather than competition. And I think this is not only making the whole area much more pleasant, but it also helps to get much better results by this cooperation. And in this regard, I must also mention Edna, because Edna is such an important a member of the community in these aspects that I think she really deserved to share with him the prize. As I'm the last speaker in this sequence, I also should praise and salute the Institute for Advanced Study. I really watching the place in the last 20 years, and the opportunities and resources that the Institute gave Avi really enable Avi to be so influential. The fact that he could bring a good number of postdocs to work with him, the fact that he cared about them so much, really helped him to expand the area, and so many of them raised to be the stars of the area, and they are all connected to him and the Institute. So I really think, Avi, you should share the prize, not just with Edna, but also with the full community of the Institute. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alex. And we'll have you join our fundraising team at some point. So, Avi, if only half of everything is being said this afternoon is true, you're a most fortunate man. And so we just want to congratulate you again, and we hope you're willing to say a few words. Perhaps you completely disagree with everything that has been said. Please come to the.
Okay, well, yeah, let me take this off. Hi, everybody. Well, yeah, it's as usual, Zoom is a very weird forum to speak at. You don't see reactions, except for the few faces, extremely friendly faces here. First of all, I'm really grateful to all of you who spoke and said wonderful words. And Robert said that I'm a fortunate man. I think that this has been my feeling all my life. Yeah, maybe I repeat the word wonderful too often, but yeah, I think I am a really lucky person. I'm really blessed. That's the way I have always felt, and this I definitely feel now. I was born into a wonderful, loving and enriching family. When I married Edna, I joined another wonderful family, and then we have 3 kids. I can tell you objectively that there are no more wonderful, unique human beings like them, which enrich our lives on a daily basis. And this is just the personal part. The professional part has a similar story. I think that I was extremely lucky to get into the field that I am, the theory of computation, computational complexity. I should say that, while I'm getting the prize, of course, Alex made sure that I will distribute it to everybody, and I'm sure he also wants his part. But I think it is a huge recognition of the mathematics community of my area, theory of computation, as a central field of mathematics and with influence computer science, the sciences, and beyond. I went to study computer science despite the fact that it was clear I wanted to do math, because my parents thought that when I go to college, maybe I should get a degree that will help me get a job at the end. So I think it was extremely fortunate, and I was lucky to have inspiring teachers in the Technion, my college, who drew me to the theoretical part of computer science, which was very young at the time. And what can I say? I mean, this field, to my joy and surprise, and expanded in ways, it was clear that it was great, it was clear that it was fun, but nothing like I or maybe most people could have imagined. This is a field that's driven by great intellectual problems, very deep goals. It is motivated both by intellectual and scientific interests, and certainly by lots of practical demands of the field of computer systems. It generates problems that are just pure fun to work with, and people that are fun to work with on these problems. It is a great community. My colleagues are my friends. It's just a wonderful community to be part of. So I'm lucky this way. I've been lucky in the institutions I went to, from the Technion to my graduate studies at Princeton, to postdoc at Berkeley and IBM Research. And then my 2 homes, long-term homes, Hebrew University in Jerusalem and the Institute for Advanced Study here. Just fantastic colleagues, phenomenal environment, enriching socially and intellectually. And I'm blessed this way. I think that well, this is common to most academics. Let me just end with saying that there's very little besides being surrounded by love and also being surrounded by young, enthusiastic, brilliant people that that's my daily life. I come and meet them and they teach me stuff. So, you know, what more can a person ask? So thank you all, everybody I have interacted with, and let me thank again the Institute who's been my home and Edna's home for the last 20 years. Thank you.
Thank you.